safe sailing, and I think a big part of it is understanding the trends and before we can address. And Nick didn't write the book, as he mentioned, to actually have a concrete plan to saving sailing, but he puts forward plenty of ideas in the book how sailing can become a more important part of your life. Anyway, so Nick, thank you, and yeah, please drop off your business cards, and we'll be giving out some books later. It's now time to introduce somebody. I realized I was a little remiss earlier. I introduced everybody except myself. I know many of you know me, but just in case you don't, I'm Jonathan Banks. I'm the Executive Director with Sail America. I've just completed 3 years, so this is my 4th annual meeting. Still having fun, and if I haven't met you, please come and introduce yourself. I want to try and get to meet everybody. So I'd like to just introduce Bill Goggins, who has a few announcements to make about Sail America.
Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate it. I was thinking of 2 adjectives when listening to Nick's presentation: smart and creative. And when I think about Sail America's board and the people who have volunteered their time, I think of those 2 exact same adjectives. And I have to continue to use the word volunteer for a reason. This is a time choice that we've made to help us as a collective group. I have 3 core quick subjects I'd like to cover. First, I want to look real quickly at where we've been. I want to tell you where we are and hint to where we're going. I'm going to do this very quickly. 2 years ago, when I took the post, we were enjoying the tail end of a great wave set. We had been surfing quite nicely, and the economy was clicking. We had a 10-year growth cycle. Things were looking good. And our association was tooled up. We were established and set up to serve the shows, do what we do. At the same time, we were losing significant amounts of money. The association was tooled up too heavily, and the association was in a place where we couldn't sustain our business as an organization. Where are we today? Second phase. What have we done in the last 2 years, and what have we accomplished? We've done what all of us have been doing. We've right-sized the association to make sure that we are sustainable. We have been met, as we know, with an economy that's throwing curveballs, and using that wave set analogy, I think we've now put our butts back on the board, we're on our stomachs, and we're starting to paddle back out. And it's work, it's hard work, but it's valuable and it's very important work. And if anybody's been surfing, you know that the reason you do that, after you get through that break, is to get to the next wave. So, leads me to where are we going? We continue to make improvements. We continue to make the things that we need to do to sustain our association to serve all of you. And we're no longer exclusively focused on shows as our marketing arm. We'll talk a little bit more. I'll let Stanton build on that. We're thinking of creative new concepts to how we can build an association, a group that's truly suited to the challenges and needs of our association and our industry today, from our challenges with distribution to our challenges with access to credit, to all of the challenges that we're very aware of. And ultimately, it comes down to the needs of industry unity. I was very inspired to hear what Nick had to say, because it's bigger than us. I mean, we certainly like to feel that we can take the burden as an industry to save sailing. But it's bigger than us, and we have to realize that. But beyond that, we need to set ourselves up for success. And I've been in this role for 2 years. In 3 months, I'll be finishing my term. I'll have completed the term. And I'm really pleased to be part of a planned, organized transition within the board of directors to select and define leadership for who will be leading Sail America going forward. And following due diligence and procedure, Mr. Bill Bolin, if Bill, you can mind joining us up here. Bill is our past president, and he, along with George Day and an at-large member, Will Keene, made up our nominating committee for the executive director and the executive committee for Sail America. And so Bill's going to talk about the selection group who have now resoundingly accepted and are going to take the torch to get us to that next wave set. And we'll let Bill make this nice announcement.
Good morning. Sail America is, of course, a group of people that this room very well represents. And I was so pleased when Nick was speaking, the question came up, what can we as Sail America do? And I wasn't a board member. I don't even know if they were a paid member. But this is a collective organization that gets things done. And the Sail America board is not a bunch of guys in sleeveless T-shirts and visors and locked in a black room with one bare light bulb. Might describe a couple of us, but it's not everybody. And the group, and there are a lot of current board members here. There's a lot of past board members here, and everybody that served on the board in the past or is currently a board member, raise your hand. I'll take a chapter out of Nick's. And I know there's some around the corner that I can't see from here, but you are Sail America, and the board is made up of this group. The bylaws dictate who is on the board. We have to have so many publishers on board, so many boat builders on board, so many hardware manufacturers on board. We have to have a sailing school. We have to have a charter company. We have to have some at-large members. We have to have dealers. We want a cross-representative of the sailing industry so that they can help guide our policies and go forward. As head of the nominating committee, Will Keene is as an at-large member, and George Day is the board member stepping down. We had two tasks. One was to find new officers for Bill stepping down with some, George was our VP of Association, so we had at least two board executive positions to fill. So the immediate concern was we need to get the executive committee intact. And then the second one is we have to go out at large to the members, and we look into the committees, the people that are working with us right now in association or marketing or boat show committees, people that have been actively involved and would like to get more actively involved. And we'll nominate them for the board. As it turns out, we need 3 new members on the board of directors. And we have reached out, we've made a couple contacts that we will nominate. We're still working on a third. We need a media member, we need a boat show, and we need one more at-large member. And we're still working on that, and that I would guess we'll have out in the next week or two. And that, as members of Sail America, you get to vote and approve those new board members coming on. The second part was the executive committee. We looked amongst the group around the table. We know what kind of challenges are ahead in the next 2 years. We needed someone with a lot of depth of experience, a great oversight, someone that could really had a good grasp over the entire marketplace, and someone that could work well amongst the board of directors. There was one clear choice. I'm very pleased to announce to you today that the new president of Sail America, taking office January 1st, 2010, will be Sally Helm from the Sailing Company.
That's the owner of certain magazines and a bunch of other stuff.
The only problem with doing that was Sally was our vice president of marketing, so now we had another executive board position to fill. Raul Bermudez from TUI Mooring Sun Sail. Over, Raul, wave. Our new vice president of marketing. And with George stepping down, we needed a new vice president of association. And Josh Adams from Sail Magazine. I think Josh is around the corner here. Josh? Really pleased. We've got a great executive board going forward. I get to step off after 9 years and let someone else take the helm. Sally, I can't think of a better person. Congratulations. And Bill, past president, congratulations to you too. All right.